If you are in your 50s and training like you did in your 20s, you're probably doing more harm than good. Because at this stage of life, recovery isn't a luxury, it's everything. It's the difference between building muscle and burning out. So today, we are going to break down exactly how much recovery do you need in your 50s, what it looks like in real life, and how to train smarter, not harder, so that you can stay lean, strong, and injury-free. Here's the truth. Our bodies can still grow muscle and burn fat in our 50s, but we have to respect the recovery process more than ever. There are a few big reasons why recovery changes as we age. Hormones like testosterone and growth hormone naturally decline. Collagen production slows down, which means our joints and connective tissue takes longer to repair. And sleep quality, the single biggest recovery tool that we have, can drop off too. So even if your training intensity stays the same, your body's rebuild time takes longer. At 50, it's not just about resting your muscles, it's about letting your whole body rest. Your nervous system, your joints and ligaments, your hormones, all of it. A lot of people in their 50s don't think they're working hard enough, but the reality is they're not recovering enough. So let's break down some signs of poor recovery, and this will lead potentially to overtraining as well. You're sore all the time, not just after a tough workout. Your strength or performance is dropping from workout to workout. Your sleep isn't great, and you generally feel more irritable. You've hit a plateau in fat loss or muscle growth, or both. Your joints ache all the time. Now, if this sounds familiar, this is your body saying, I need more recovery time. And I can relate to some of these because, my joints used to hurt, specifically my knees from doing heavy squats, would hurt all week until I went back to do squats again. I've learned a lot since then and gotten smarter. But this is something that we need to just evaluate for ourselves. Are you feeling these things regularly, and do you need to make some adjustments? Because I know for me, I had to make some adjustments to my recovery and also to my training methodology in my 50s or even in my 40s. So that's something that we need to look at as well. Hey, if you're in your 40s or 50s or beyond and you're getting some value out of this, if you're committed to having the best physique that you can so that you can be there for your family, for your friends, your kids, your grandkids, take a minute and subscribe to the channel and like the video. We're putting out regular content, and it's going to motivate, inspire, and encourage, and give you some information somewhere along the line also. Thank you for joining me in that journey. Let's get back to the episode. How much recovery do you actually need? In your 50s, you probably need somewhere between 48 and 72 hours rest between training the same muscle group again. If you're doing full body workouts, that probably means with a day off or a light day in between. If you're doing a split, alternate upper and lower body days. That way you're training frequently but letting muscles recover properly. Now here's a big one, deload weeks. And I know for me, I really had to wrap my head around this. The idea of a deload week is somewhere in the 6 to 8 weeks into your training that you take 1 week and you cut back on reps, you cut back on weights, you cut back maybe on some exercises, probably 30 to 40% of your kind of what you're training at normally. And I know it kind of, for me at first, it really felt like, what am I doing here? What am I even doing here? But you know what? Your body will thank you, and it'll get that time to recover, extra recovery, and then it'll rebound that much more when you go back to regular training. Sleep is such a powerful recovery tool. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night because it's when we get that deep sleep that our body releases growth hormone, and that's what is going to help us, obviously, with building muscle. So think of it this way. If we're cutting out or cutting back on our sleep, we're actually cutting back on our body's ability to recover and build muscle. Active recovery is a powerful tool to help us recover and help our body release toxins. And really what that means is on days when you're not training at all, don't sit around and do nothing. Maybe those are days where you can take some light walks or go cycling or light activities, but still getting the blood flowing, breathing, getting out there doing something. And that will help your body to get toxins out, which ultimately is going to help us with recovery. Recovery isn't just about what you don't do, it's about what you're putting into your body. Now, we've talked about this a lot on the channel, but the single most important thing you need to make sure for your body to build muscle from a nutrition point of view is that you are getting enough protein. And so, the rule of thumb is 1 gram of protein per, whether it's your goal weight or your lean weight, but that's what you should be shooting for. So if you're 180 pounds and that's a good weight for you, then you should be shooting for 180 grams of protein throughout the day. Now, here's the thing that also happens as we age, something called anabolic resistance. That means that our body is less efficient in using that protein. So we want to take that 180 grams of protein and split it into 30 to 40 gram of meals so that you're spreading that out over the day, and your body doesn't store that protein, so you need to keep giving it regular protein and in that 30 to 40 grams per meal range. Carbs are also important. They refill glycogen and give you energy for the next workout. And also, don't forget micronutrients like magnesium, zinc, and omega-3s. They all play a big role in muscle repair and inflammation control. And of course, there's hydration. Even a small drop in hydration slows down recovery and joint lubrication. If you are eating like you did when you were 20, maybe skipping meals, eating whatever, pizza all the time, or McDonald's, or drinking all the time, all that is going to do is make recovery more difficult for you in your 50s. Here's one that a lot of people miss. Recovery isn't just physical, it's hormonal. So cortisol, this is the fight or flight hormone that if we're getting it released into our system all the time, then our body's not going to try to heal and recover. It's stressed all the time and it's trying to stay alive. That's what that cortisol signal is sending. See, when cortisol is up, recovery slows down, fat loss slows down, you stay inflamed, tired, and stuck. So if life is stressful, work, life, finances, you might actually need more recovery time than less. So remember this, you don't grow at the gym, you grow when you recover. And recovery is your best supplement. That 48 to 72 hours per muscle group before you go back and hit that muscle group again is golden. And your body will thank you, and your friends and family will thank you, because you'll feel better and you'll be doing better. Thank you for joining me today. If you got some value out of this, please take a minute and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if there's anybody that you know that, hey, maybe we can help them and they can join and be part of this community, let them know, and we'll see you next time. Keep punching.